Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
You can just a little bit.
You can hand just the fan just a little bit, y'all. We are back with an all new Express Yourself open mic. Pew, pew, pew. Y'all don't know this, but Keith fixed up. He keep offering me a button. There's a button somewhere that makes the sound that I keep making with my mouth, but I prefer to do it with myself.
But
Pew,
listen,
pew, pew.
you
It
gotta
sounded-
make it with your mouth.
It
You
sounded-
gotta do it
you
with your
gotta do it
mouth.
with your mouth because that's
Ain't no
what
other
we
way.
talk about. She not wasting no damn time. Y'all, my special guest this week done came in here. She done got my people rubbing stuff on their clitorises. Okay. She got stuff on my ninnies. All right. My fiance
I'm on
is watching.
fire
He
right
told
now.
me you get with your little key friends and you be doing your and already before the podcast.
We gotta
Even
get with my ratchet friends, and I mean we've
started.
been friends. So
What? We are turning up. Before we get started and before we start having a good time, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. Okay. So, our special guest today is serial entrepreneur. I love that title for you.
I do.
I love that
Because
title.
it
for
also
you.
is a little creepy. Like,
Right.
damn, bitch, what you do?
Right. She do everything. Actually, she do some creepy shit. Actually,
I do.
Go ahead and list off your things, the many things you do.
All right. So I first started a business as a fingerprint live scan. So I have a undergrad in criminal justice with a minor in forensic science. And then I decided that I fucking wanted to open an adult store. So why not sell toys to get women aroused and get men to understand that they are tools, not competition?
Yes. You
Bam,
better break
bam,
that shit down
bam.
like that.
When she said tool, I automatically went to the hammer on the table. I feel like y'all can't see our spread the way we see our spread. But listen, okay, this Express Yourself open mic is only for adult watchers, viewers only. Here you go, Tasha.
I'm trying
There
to
you
figure
go.
out how to share it. I think I figured it out.
You figured it out? All right, ladies, listen.
Each
Okay.
late, each
I
night.
met Crystal. I
Let's
think
hear
I
the
think you
story.
were going to school for criminal justice,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. I now
That's
have a
not really where I
master's.
met you. That's not where I
Right,
met you. I've
right.
known Crystal my whole life. But when
Literally.
Crystal came back into my life and was like where we were talking every single day,
Every day.
you were going to school for business.
Right. I
And,
now have my MBA. I graduated in May.
Congratulations. Can we
Thank
get
you.
give Crystal her flowers, ladies? They are both
on the phone.
on the y'all. Okay, listen, y'all don't understand. Crystal got some stuff on them right now, so they might be preoccupied mentally where they can't even hear us. They ears not even on. They don't even know we talking.
Neither one.
Penny and Tasha,
Okay.
we talking about y'all. Okay,
All
can
right.
y'all hear us? All right.
Listen.
Look, I done took my shoes off. Oh my goodness. Okay, look, y'all. So she was going to school for criminal justice. You got your MBA now.
Yep.
Okay, that is amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And then you decided, you just woke up one morning. I feel like I was there the morning you woke up and decided you was gonna start selling sex toys.
It couldn't have been possible, but I did come over and tell you.
You did.
I came
Okay.
over
Okay.
because I think that was the same time you had started Mommy
19
and Me,
apparel.
or
Yeah.
19 apparel.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I did this, and this, and I feel like you need to know.
Right.
And I literally would just walk up to her door, and her granny be like, Shantanette, somebody here. And I'd just be standing outside, la, la, and then I'd make her do shit. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to sell toys. And she's like, okay. I'm like,
Okay.
nah. Like, I got
She
this
like, you
big
don't
ass
understand.
idea in my head. Like, if you ever go into my website, you'll see that it's set up like a home.
Uh-huh.
So for me, I feel like the one place you feel comfortable is at home, right?
Uh-huh.
So there aren't any gender roles. It's all set up as living room, bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, right? So
Okay, hold on, because I know these two and they gonna have questions.
Right.
So I'm gonna just request, ladies, can we just get off our
okay.
phones?
Oh, I'm
I was
still
Because
trying
we
to
live.
I was still
We
trying to
live.
We're trying to share the
I
link.
know we
No, I'm like
live,
trying to
but
say
she
who is
breaking
with.
down. She breaking down the story of the whole idea, and y'all gonna have questions later. And I'm gonna be like, Crystal, tell them again. So
And
let's
I will tell
let's
them
just
again.
get it the first time, okay? At Naughty Dreams, let me see your phone, Tasha, and you see her
It
phone,
ain't
and we'll
doing
get
it
it
to
together.
me,
Boom,
whatever.
she
Okay.
shared it. You shared it, Penny. You got it.
I got it on
Okay.
Facebook.
Okay, let's run that back. So let's talk about the store. So
Okay.
the store is set up like a home.
right? Because
Okay.
that is the one place
Why-
that you feel comfortable.
All right, that's what I'm trying to figure out. So the
Yes, I
sex,
like
the adult novelty. It's not a sex store,
It's
Tasha.
adult
It's
novelty.
a lot more
It's not the
classier
butt
than
naked
that.
stuff.
Okay.
It's
No,
not the butt
no.
naked nasty stuff. That's
Okay.
not what it is. That's not what we doing.
No.
No,
Penny.
she said
It's the
adult,
adult
novelty.
novelty.
I love
Right.
that.
Novelties.
So it's set up like
A home.
the home because that's where you feel more comfortable. Okay,
Okay.
go ahead.
Because a lot of people are like, oh, well, I want to try this and
Yeah.
this and this and this, and I've had this fetish. When a lot of our divorce are because people didn't speak up on what they like and disliked, right?
Right.
Your man is now taking you to court for your shoes because he got a foot fetish.
Now he got a foot fetish.
foot
Okay.
fetish. Niggas
He
is
got a
breaking
foot
up over
fetish.
foot fetishes.
They
Because
are
you
actually
didn't-
because
some
you're
new
not
shit.
able
Because
to
there was no
communicate.
communication on what I like. So I really like started out going like, okay, well, what's some place that people are like, okay, I'm comfortable enough to say to you, like, I like how wax being dripped on me, you know. I like this fetish, or I want to try this. So I was sitting at home and I was like, the bedroom, the living room, the bathroom, and I was just like, yep, that's how we're gonna start this business. So when you go on the website, you see each room. So if you go into the kitchen, you'll see glass toys, you'll see egg vibrators for guys, you'll see all kind of lubes. Yes. So it is called
She
a
said, "What's an
Tenga.
egg vibrator?"
I need to know about the
Vibrator.
whole
What's
inventory.
an egg
Okay.
vibrator?
So there is it's not necessarily a vibrator, but it's an egg shaped in the size of an egg. Literally, it looks like an egg. And I gave one to shout out to Von Treese at your pop-up.
Nice, you did. I
I gave
remember.
him an
Oh, look,
egg.
here go one right here.
Well, that's a female egg. But
Okay.
for the male egg is basically it
Oh
opens
wait, we
up
talking
and
Now,
it's
where did
nasty
the
for
male
meat. Okay,
egg
time
go?
out, time out. Okay,
Where'd it go?
to my viewers that's watching right now, I know I got a lot more people out here. So Crystal is my special guest, but it's a celebration. Me and Crystal celebrated birthdays. I'm like, let's turn
Hey,
up.
my
It's
birthday
Virgo
too.
season.
Virgo.
Okay.
Hey.
Shout him out. Shout him out. People gonna watch this show. They're gonna be
Okay.
like, oh, them
It's so
damn Virgos. Okay, but listen.
It's a
well,
Virgo.
so
It's a Virgo
to
episode.
to my left, go ahead and introduce yourself, ma'am.
Oh, hi everybody. My name is Tasha Armstead. I am a stand-up comedian, writer, and actress. You can find me on Instagram at Tasha Did It, or on Facebook at Tasha Armstead. I haven't updated my Facebook in a long time. I need to do that. And yes, so that's me.
That's
everything
her.
else. Oh,
Time out.
I
Tasha
wrote-
ain't
I wrote a-
updated me. Okay. Tasha ain't updated
I
me.
tried
First
to
of all, did
tell
y'all
you-
hear that? I'm a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
Time out. When I met
Yeah.
Tasha, she was like, yeah, I'm a mom. I write stuff down on paper. I'm figuring it out. Y'all, can we get some flowers for people figuring it out? We got MBAs, we got stand-up comedians and writers. To my right. Go ahead. You could tell them your real name. I saw you smooth out your name
Yeah, I
tag.
was like,
wait,
But
wait,
introduce
yeah,
your
yeah.
real
But-
name
but
first. We haven't
we
got
got
here
there.
to
I
these
need to
name
do my-
tags yet.
I need to do my last plug.
Oh,
though.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so my husband and I, Joel Armstead, shout out to you, boo. We wrote this show called The County, the series,
Bam,
based,
bam, bam.
based on our time as social workers for LA County Welfare Office.
Ooh, I knew
Bam,
that
bam,
was
bam.
crazy.
Bam,
And
bam,
so-
bam.
My beautiful actress
She
to
being
my
shy,
right.
y'all. It's big energy, okay? I don't know what's going on. I do know what's going on. Crystal got to her before I got to her, but it's big energy with the county series, okay?
Yeah, it's going up.
Where
it's
are we
going up.
at with getting that?
So the thing is, he just ain't got a lot of time right now.
Okay.
Ever since we shot this pilot presentation for the script that we wrote. We took our script and we shortened it to like a 7-minute presentation, which Shantanette is actually also co-starring with us in it. And so you can actually find it on Instagram right now. We will be getting a Facebook page thanks to Sean telling me we need to get on Facebook. But if you have an Instagram
TikTok.
account, yes. But if you have an Instagram, you can find the presentation on at the county, the series. And yes, it's a whole lot of laughs, a whole lot of fun,
It's funny.
and it's a whole lot of realness. So
It's-
that was the last.
It's funny. To my right, go ahead and introduce yourself with your real name, and then we'll get to what that
Right,
even
yeah.
means, because I still don't even know what it
We're
means.
gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
All right, I'm Penny Promise. I'm a stand-up comedian,
Pew, pew,
Yes,
pew.
period.
Pew, pew, pew.
actress, filmmaker. Went graduated film school, so kind of writing on some stuff, but that's about it.
Amazing things. I feel something happening in this room. I don't know what I
Yes.
created here, but something is
You did
happening.
something. That was
Yeah.
God. That
in
was
the
the Lord
room.
speaking.
Look, Virgo season was like, hold on, let me put
Yeah.
something together. Pew. Okay. I brought these lovely women together because I'm like, who knows how to celebrate and who knows how to have a good time better than somebody that's coming off of a birthday high?
Oh,
Yeah.
period.
Listen,
It's still
can
a
we
month.
just add this
It's still a
to?
month.
Can we
Yes.
just clap it up for our birthdays? Okay.
Because you know we celebrating all month long.
Look,
Period.
all month long. It don't make no sense how much we celebrate, and we're gonna get into all of that tonight. I apologize, we started a little bit late. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we here now, and we in the building with serial entrepreneur and CEO of adult novelty. We're gonna call it adult novelty and education
Yes.
specialist,
As technically,
Crystal.
it is sexual wellness.
Come on, sexual
wellness.
wellness.
Break that down. What
Yes.
is sexual wellness?
So sexual wellness is
I like the way that's saying.
instead of just
Me
being
too.
toys,
Give me
is
more
you're
work.
actually learning about yourself, right?
Mm.
So you're learning more about pleasure. Because I always say that sex ed was more or less scare tactic, right?
Mhm.
You're gonna get pregnant, you're gonna get something,
You're
right?
gonna die.
Never were we taught it's actual pleasure. Like, did you
Right.
know the reason why I gave you the clitoris stimulation was because the clitoris does nothing but pleasure. It is there for pleasure and pleasure only.
Wow.
So I made you.
Yeah, shout out to the
YouTube.
cream that we took
Yeah.
before we started.
Well, they both have on clitoris cream right now, provided by Naughty Dreams.
So it
She,
is a-
Can people purchase
She
this through your
swabbed
novelty
them.
store?
she gave them a swab. I saw them get their cream on the swab and go to their closest restrooms and apply they swab.
So it
I
is a
pulled my
tw-
titties out in the lobby. I ain't got time for that. I got 3
So
kids.
I
Okay.
could-
I don't got
Literally, if I open my pants right now, I would hear my clitoris.
No,
Be like,
That's what she was like. Shout out to my husband, Joe.
Okay.
Love
like,
you, boo.
yes.
I'll
Love
be
you,
home
boo.
soon.
Yes.
Listen, if you have any kids, name it after me. Thank you.
Hilarious.
So
Hilarious.
this is a System Joe 12-volt clitoris stimulant. So a lot of people don't know, the clitoris is just like the tip of the male's penis. Once you start to getting it aroused, that's when you have more vessels open. You have more blood flow. The clitoris is actually longer than what it looks like. A lot of people are like, "Oh, I can't find the button. I
wow.
can't find the button." It's because most of it's inside.
Mm.
When you are
Wow,
aroused,
you gotta pull back.
then it'll come.
The
start
more
to
you
come
know. Where's
out.
that? The more you know rainbow.
Right.
What? NBC.
Time out. My ignorant brain is like, so is that why I got big dick energy? Because the first thing I heard her say is like, it's like the male penis. That was the first thing
Yeah.
I heard her say. That is crazy. I never knew that. But that's why we gonna pick these topics that I had today, because it's just been on my mind. Like, now that I am a mom of 3 and I got all of these kids, because clearly unprotected sex and all of those things. Let's just be real.
Yeah,
It is what
yeah,
it is, right?
Well, I have
Um,
something also that it's called the drip stick. So when
Oh,
he comes
okay.
in you can stick it up. And
Okay, hold on. Time out.
Okay.
Because this is why our first topic is safe sex is great sex.
Safe
Because
Okay.
it ain't nothing wrong with sex. It ain't nothing like what she said in the
As
sex
long as it's
education.
consensual.
As long as it's consensual,
I mean, yes,
as
fast.
long as we being safe on all aspects, and I mean
yeah.
mentally, spiritually, physically,
Mhm.
we
Right.
safe. We safe.
You
Because
and your partner.
I've
Mhm.
seen some men with women and been unsafe, and I've seen
Yeah.
some
We
men with
call
men
that
and been
poor
unsafe.
dick
I've-
judgment.
Yeah, they
Mhm.
just been out here just struggling with their dick everywhere. And
Hey, this wine paired
gonna
with
talk
the
about
clit juices.
talk about it, Tasha, because
It's
I can't
rather-
believe y'all went and
So,
did that.
so listen, when I do game nights, I have the ladies put on a clit cream, give them some wine because it's
Wow.
supposed to be you
It's a
having fun.
stimulant.
You understand because a lot of times, again, you weren't taught these things, right?
No one sits down and holds your hand and says, "This
Not at
is
all.
the proper way to have sex,
Right.
make love, do
Yes,
anything."
exactly.
And if we really getting down to it and being honest, it's in the Bible. You supposed to do it. That was on our checklist of things we supposed to do. Am I wrong?
Right.
Nope.
But,
Okay.
but because it was more reproductive, a lot of men got into their ways like all women are supposed to do is lay here, let me nut in you, and you give birth, right?
Yeah, no.
Do
No,
your
no.
business.
That's not gonna work.
And now as we're learning, and
They
I
had wine, but then they had a cream back.
Tasha said this cream could make a
It's
nigga
the
do
cream,
okay.
bitch. It's the cream.
And my clitoris ain't had company in a minute, so my clitoris like, we ain't had
At
company in a
attention.
long
What she
time.
say?
What's
What?
up?
Say what? That's what the pussy say right there.
Okay.
Shit, I should singing all kind of
Sing it
songs.
to
It's a
'em.
fucking playlist going on
Sing it
now.
to 'em, okay. I just wanted to
Like,
disclose
damn,
again,
bitch, what you doing?
This episode is for adults only. Okay, so if you can't handle the content, don't come talking to me. Okay, you better go find your mama. I don't know what to tell you. Okay.
all right. So
What
I
we-
do.
If
we
it's
do-
up and stuff.
I do some game nights. So for tonight, we're doing ladies' night. So I had them put the cream on, and then everybody got a name tag. So no one can go by their names today.
Okay.
They all have name tags. So we are edging. Yes.
Hey.
Edging.
And I am
Edging.
your host.
Edging.
I am your host, 69.
Okay,
Nice to meet you all.
69.
And you are. You are.
Pearl necklace.
Pearl necklace. I
But you can call
actually
me Big
learned
Pearl if
about
you want
pearl
to.
necklaces from a movie. Somebody bought their grandma glow in the dark pearl necklaces, and Crystal saw that as an opportunity to bring her whole suitcase full
Which
of tricks
I-
to
which
Hold
my
on,
I-
grandma's
don't get
house.
mad at me, but I really don't know what a pearl necklace is for.
So that was in the movie. It was anal beads.
Oh, okay.
That
Okay,
she had it
anal
on.
beads,
So,
yes.
but a
But how do
pearl-
you
So
use anal
that's
beads?
not what I'm
No.
talking about. Okay.
So
Educate us.
a pearl necklace is when he comes on your neck. and it drips
Oh.
around.
Oh no, that wasn't in the movie.
Oh.
That was not
I've
in the
never
movie
tried
with the people granny. I never.
And
I
we all
would-
know what a 69 is.
I mean,
right?
we
Yes,
know that,
all
but I
know what
never-
69 is. We learned
And
that.
then
Edging.
edging.
I don't know
So
what
it
edging
is either barely putting a finger in or dildo into
Or dick.
the anus or dick into the anus.
It's like to get it
and
going,
just
get it
going
arrived.
a little bit, not going all the way.
I
just
felt
and
like I knew.
making sure that he's almost about to, or that person
Oh,
is
this is
about
for
to
a
come.
man.
More than likely, edging is more, but you can do
I
it
like
anyway.
edge.
Josh.
So it's like right before he comes, you stop.
Oh, see.
Okay.
So no, we be doing the whole thing,
Okay.
but I do like the edging though. The edging
Okay.
be great.
So listen. Okay.
It's
So
like
this
the
is-
juice.
This is very interesting because you never think about sex as in opportunity to
Try something new.
be liberated.
Okay.
That's the word I'm trying to say. You never see sex as an opportunity to be liberated.
Why is that?
Because again, we were taught that men are in control of sex and we are just sex toys. It's not until we're in
I
our
don't
late
know.
30s that, or late 30s, after you've kind of learned your body and you're like, okay, this is what I don't like,
Yeah,
this is
because
what
you
I
ain't
like.
been taught that. Nobody taught
Exactly.
you how to do. Nobody taught you how
Again.
to do a blowjob. Nobody taught you that shit.
And
Like, my
everything-
mom,
You
know,
learn how to suck that dick on your own.
Yeah,
on your
okay.
own, no, and on your own time.
Yeah.
On your own time.
your
Don't
own-
learn how to
okay,
suck the
right.
dick on the neck
And get better at it too.
Right.
bitch.
Exactly.
I've actually had a few men say like, okay, this is how you do it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
thank you. I appreciate it. Right. But in actuality, if it wasn't for that person saying like, this is what you're doing, then no, there was no education. And then and that's where a lot of men come in. And I say, well, my target audience is men because I want them to understand like they learn what sex is from pornos or from their OG brothers who wasn't
Yeah.
doing shit right.
And that's
So-
some bullshit.
And so I call it porn magic because what you see is a fantasy. That is not reality. There is
Yes,
no way.
They
Are
are
you
acting.
okay?
They are acting.
Go ahead, Tasha. Go ahead, cause I hear it on the tip of your tongue. You ready to say something to educate these?
Oh no,
young
I'm
It's
agreeing
a-
with what
I
you're
know.
saying. That's acting. It ain't real.
Right.
It's
Because you can't walk into your wife. You can't walk in and be like, we about to do some anal tonight. You know?
right, and it's no. So if we could be transparent, we all remember our
Let's
first time.
put it on the line.
We all remember our first time.
Yeah.
Marcus used to sing about it. Our very first time. We all
Well, I'm a little
know.
older.
It was some
Let's,
bullshit.
It was some
let's be
bullshit. I
for
just laid
real.
there.
Let's be for real. So where
Right.
was
I
y'all
just laid
antennas?
there.
Where was y'all antennas at when I was going through the bullshit? Ain't nobody
Okay.
told me it was bullshit. Everybody pretending
see,
like
I
I
sex was
mean,
all
people
fun
said
and
it
games.
was bullshit,
Right.
but you got to get through
But
it.
see, I
Yeah.
think too is
Not you gotta get
a lot
through
of
it.
us were, I'm learning it from my homegirl who's fucking an older nigga and he fucking her, but she don't know no better. She don't know what he doing. She just know that she think it feel good, and that's why a lot of women don't know what an orgasm is. You
Right.
don't know because you haven't felt it. You may have had an
Shit.
orgasm,
I ain't
Right.
had no
You know,
orgasm
I
till
know.
I was like 30.
right?
Nah.
right.
I have seen the light, bitch. I know.
Literally,
Because you
literal
don't-
light.
There's no there are 12 different types of orgasm, which is why I give you clitoris. And
Okay,
nipple,
wait.
right?
Let's talk about 5 of them.
So there's coregasm.
What is that?
So coregasm, dang, you made me take my word.
Corgasm.
Coregasm. So if you are exercising using your core and you start to deal with your
Is this your
pelvic
abdomen?
muscle,
Okay.
you can have an orgasm.
Okay.
Really?
Off of like touching your
Okay.
core.
Off of any core, like core exercising,
Core
because you're
exercise,
stretch-
engaging your
stretch-
core.
Yeah.
Let me find out. It's a reason why my boo been trying to get me to do my sit-ups. Every day he be like, babe, did you do your sit-ups? Did you do
I'll
your
be like,
sit-ups?
I've
Let
been
me
engaging
find
my
my
out.
core.
core all night long.
Benny, for real.
Then there's
Can I
nipple
ask
orgasm.
Can I ask a personal question? Now that
Huh?
we all know the first time. Oh, yeah, go ahead. We was doing the five. Go ahead.
No, you don't.
No, I want to know 4 more.
So it's nipple gasm, and you have
Okay.
your regular orgasm.
That happens.
Yeah, I
And
like
then
the
you have a
nickel gasm.
p-gasm,
Okay.
The
right?
who?
P-gasm. prostate.
Is that
That's for the dudes.
That's for
right?
men.
Guy,
The
yeah.
guys.
okay? What
They be having.
So
detail?
if you can finger and right in, so it's a little walnut size, and he can have an orgasm
When he be
in the anus.
in the anus.
What?
The way you doing your hand is that the way it's
Oh,
properly
you
supposed
saying
to be
like
done.
that's
Guy.
yeah, like I know like men that obviously have sex with men, that's how they
Prostate.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's from the back.
Mhm.
You guys know so much, and
No,
I feel like it's just because I'm
I
the
know,
youngest
no.
one here that I'm confused.
No, I'm old as shit.
Because
I'm
y'all
learning
left me
something.
way back at Pro
I'm learning
Necklace.
something.
That's where I'm at. I'm still at Pro Necklace. I'm so
I'm
confused.
edging. I'm
Oh,
like edging.
okay.
And
I'm at
corgasm. Edging and corgasm.
bitch,
like,
I'm still at the juice.
It's
blame
corgasm.
it
Why?
on the juice. Blame it on the juice.
With feeling like safe sex is great sex, it often gets misconstrued in relationships that you're still supposed to feel safe. At
Okay.
some point, it starts feeling like, okay, this is the person that I'm with. We supposed to have sex. This is supposed to happen.
No.
So,
see,
how
that's
do
the
you
thing.
educate couples?
And I always
Mm.
explain to them like, we all thought communication is key, right?
Mhm.
But if I can talk to you and have a conversation with you, but you not really understand what I'm saying, right? Because I'm just talking at you, I'm not talking to you. So you're not comprehending. So I tell a lot of couples, you know, mostly men,
The man, because they think they know every fucking thing.
hey, have you ever sat down and asked what it is that she likes?
Mhm.
Has your girlfriend ever masturbated by herself? Has she ever come by herself without you in or around the room? Nah, she don't touch herself. I
Shit.
need her to first start. Has she even looked at herself? Nah, you didn't gave birth to 3 whole babies and you ain't looked at your vagina.
I feel attacked. I feel
Yeah.
attacked.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm
How
so
often
sorry.
we supposed to look at?
No, I think it's a
mean-
conversation though that you gotta have, especially with somebody that you with. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah.
Because I could be honest, like shit, I've been with my husband for shit, it's the drink now. 18 years, I want to say. And so we were kid. I'm
Young,
36.
right,
We was
young.
kids when we first got together. You know what I'm saying?
Your relationship and your sexual relationship has grown, right?
Yes, but then when we first got together, we fucking like bunnies.
Right.
You know
of
what I mean?
course,
Like
because
it's
that at
and
that
then
age,
what
you're
changed?
fucking,
yes.
and then you learn
What changed?
Mhm.
I mean, shit. I think 18 motherfucking years going by.
It's the same
It's
shit,
just time,
you
right?
know?
And but here was the key, because like right now we on some Renaissance shit. Like it's crazy right now. It's
Mhm.
almost like a restart. What's happening, and I'm like, oh, this is great to be experiencing this in your like
Mhm.
mid late 30s, you
Right,
know.
right.
But what happened was, I think he thought he knew exactly what he was doing was the very thing, all the things that he could be doing to please me. And I think that it was pride and ego
Mhm,
that
mhm.
wouldn't allow him to ask or listen.
Right.
If I said, okay, no,
don't like
this,
this.
oh no,
Right.
try it like this or whatever. It's like, no, I know what the thing is. It's like the man
Right,
ego, male
right, his
ego is like,
right.
I know what the
That's
fuck to
my
do to get
thing.
you
I know
there.
how
I
to
know how to
get
do.
mine.
And
But that,
yeah,
that
go ahead.
also, it comes down to us too, because we never say like, this isn't what I want. We never want to hurt the ego. We never want to say like, you didn't do that well. Like,
You'll go
because-
years and not say some
and
shit.
that's
see
normally
that.
the problem, because then like I try to explain to couples, you sit down in a room and you talk, sit in somewhere that's not a bedroom and talk about what you like and dislike. Okay, I like kinky play. I want to try some BDSM. I want to do this. I want to do this. Like there are so many varieties of things that you can add to sex. Let's try tantric sex. Let's try yoga sex. Let's get a swing. Let's, so many varieties of it. Just you can have an orgasm without actual penetration.
Oh, I know.
So there are so many ways that you can build, and I'm pretty
Oh, I
sure.
know.
So I'm pretty sure your relationship went from, like I said, fucking to probably intimacy, and that's where he started learning. Oh, okay,
What's crazy is I feel like we, yeah, for sure, but I feel like we've been able to get that intimacy probably within the last like 3 years of
Right.
all the years, like to where I feel like it's through and through, true and true. Like I'm 100% satisfied and he's 100% satisfied, because I feel like we finally put that ego aside, both of us, and just started like listening and being vulnerable and being available and wanting to do the shit. But I also will say that after you have children, I know it's documented, but I can't like speak on what it's called, that phase. You don't be wanting to fuck.
A
Like
lot
you
of
don't want to have sex. You don't want to be touched.
postpartum,
Yeah,
you know, you go
postpartum.
through
You don't want to.
postpartum. A lot of men don't understand that your body has changed.
Yep.
Your hormones have changed. You're no
Yep.
longer finding, the things that you like enjoyable,
Mhm.
being touched, right?
Mhm.
So it is in our late 30s or late 40s that is when our climax rises.
Oh
in men's
shit, it's
Yeah,
crazy right now.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm not even
And
a
especially if
person to talk about it, but it's
it's
crazy right
crazy.
now.
Like,
Especially
girl,
if you're at a point
this-
where your
he
kids
could get it right now.
your kids are at least teenagers.
No, yes,
And you like, oh shit, I don't gotta you don't gotta worry about as much
No.
as you had to do. So now you like,
Yeah.
shit, I can focus on you.
Absolutely.
Oh, shit. You walking around here with no shirt on,
Yes.
dick swinging.
Look at you like,
yes.
Woo!
All of that energy.
Drop that dick
All
off
of
at the
that.
front door.
All of that.
Yes.
All of that.
Be like, the kids stand at somebody's house, but I'm gonna suck your dick at the door.
Yes,
that's
Shut
exactly
up.
what it is.
Okay, listen, Penny.
I need some more wine.
A second ago, you made a statement. You said, if it's okay to repeat, you said my clitoris ain't had no attention in a long time.
I said
Okay.
they had no company in a long
Ain't had no company
Yo,
Ain't
yo,
no
hand, what's
company.
going on?
in a long
But you know
time.
what? But yeah.
Go ahead,
No,
Penny.
for real.
Elaborate. Because there was one point where my wasn't getting no company at all, and Crystal was knocking on the door like, "Well,
I'm
do you
just
need
telling
my
y'all something. My
suitcase?"
clit ain't
Okay.
never
Do
been
you need my
lonely in
suitcase?
all these.
So I actually was before I got with my
I just
fiance.
got a deal though, because I come
Oh,
from
sorry,
like
what?
I'm older. I'm like 55. So I'm like, my mom told me all boys want is one thing, and that's it. I that's all.
Shout out
that-
to Mamas for
that's
helping
all
us
the
do it.
sexual
They had all the
education I
fucked up
got.
advice about
Yeah.
everything.
So what I was about to say, for 5 years before I got my fiance, for 5 years I was celibate. I didn't have sex at all. I couldn't handle the thought of penetration, the possibilities of the outcome of what penetration came with. It was just way too much for me to handle. And Crystal used to come over to my grandma's house
Don't
with
you
her
want something?
her suitcase. Like, don't you want to just get something? But I couldn't even do none of this because my mind was just so far gone. And I didn't realize that my sexual appetite could be connected to my emotion.
I was gonna say
it's a mental
it
thing.
could have been a trauma thing.
Yeah, that too.
It could have been like, it could have
Or
been
it just was the
Let's talk
person
about
that
it.
she
The
wanted.
last
talk
person
about
you
it.
experienced it with.
She wanted that person. So in her mind, it was there is nothing that can compare to. So I don't want to deal with anything else.
But then speaking of the mamas and the grandmamas, like we are Black, been raised in the churches, and I think that I feel like even when it comes to like as a couple, right? It's like people be so
It's taboo.
in the church
Right.
that sometimes you're not talking about what we go through naturally, like those other parts of
Right.
us. I feel like we got to be able to cover each other, at least education wise, on
Right.
what we're gonna experience.
Right.
And
And
so-
that's what my question for Penny was going to be. At what point do we decide, like, okay, we ain't getting no attention. It's okay that we ain't getting no attention, but let's educate people on why we not getting attention. Because I feel like, I don't know about you, but at some point, people was all in my business. Like, you ain't getting no dick. We don't understand. I don't get it. How you just
it's the
saying no to the
question.
dick?
I'm-
I don't understand.
I'm saying that
Why so my question is, why is sex so a norm, but we really
But
don't
it's
know what we
taboo.
doing?
Right.
It's taboo. We just
Yeah.
out
Because
here.
it's out there somewhere.
but I'm telling you too, a part of it has to do with the shaming of it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like to be
Blowjobs.
sexual, and I'm gonna say this,
Talk
and I'm
about it. Penny
yeah.
said I'm older. Go ahead,
to
Penny.
be
Blowjobs.
it's,
What was
it's shame
blowjobs
behind
like
it.
back in the
Growing up,
day?
yeah, growing up, you ain't supposed to be doing no blowjobs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look,
Oh
I'm
yeah, my
from-
mama said it told me you don't
You
suck no
don't know
man
about
dick.
it. Yeah, you
Girl,
don't
I've been
do
sucking
that.
I was told to Listen. My mama told me don't ever get on my knees. I never realized it. So every time I gave it, I was squatting. To this day, I squat. My mama
I
told me
listened
not
to my
to get
mama
on
first
my
of all.
knees.
My mama told me don't put nothing in my mouth. That get up and walk away from the table.
Oh.
Shit.
And that wait, and all the mamas said all that shit out of
And
trauma.
they was doing,
Listen.
and they was sucking dick.
Listen,
Yep.
first of all-
Or too scared to suck a dick and then
Too
the nigga
scared to
left.
suck a dick.
Yeah.
Too scared to suck a dick. Come on, put it in your mouth a little bit. I will never forget the first time somebody asked me to suck dick. It was like so taboo. Like this
Mhm.
is weird. Like
Shouldn't have to feel bad about sucking dick.
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
understand, but there is no education.
Right.
But that's what
behind
I'm
it.
trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that religion can it got mixed up with shame about being a hoe, shame about being
Yeah.
sexual, shame about sucking a dick. And I'm not saying we're gonna talk about sucking dick at church on Sunday and
Yeah.
fucking Bible study.
But let's
But
be
I am
real.
saying though, this is how people sexually relate to one another. And if that is what you decide to do, that is your choice. And I don't have a right to put judgment on you in a place to where you have to feel shameful about who you are and how you want to express your fucking self.
Right.
So I feel like we carried that into how we saw ourselves and how we saw our sexuality and what was okay and what was not okay for how we need to please ourselves or get pleased in the bedroom. And we don't even fucking talk about it because of that shit.
And because we're also over sexualized, hypersexualized as
There
Black
you go.
women.
Yeah.
You got on short shorts. Uncle Charles is coming over. Go change your clothes.
Yeah.
Why I gotta change my clothes?
Because
for
Uncle
him?
Charles be
Because
tripping.
Because he's a pervert.
It's nasty.
Mhm.
Why I had a recent podcast episode where I had come to realization, like at 17, 18, I was talking to a 34-year-old man who waited until I was 18 to get with me. And I'm like, a lot of Black women think that that's what we want. Like, girl, I got an older boyfriend. He come to pick me up from high school, and
That was so
that's so
normal when we
cool,
were
right.
younger. That's crazy how shit is now. And I literally remember just a lot of friends,
Right.
and that was the thing. And it was normalized back then.
It was.
But now it's like you
that
going to
nigga's
jail.
grooming you, right?
Yeah, that nigga's grooming you, and you're going to jail.
Okay.
So,
Wow, that got so deep right there because it's so real that what you said, Black women are over sexualized, but it's all women. It's all women. They actually saw on the news a woman in Iran just got killed in the streets because she didn't
took
have.
off her hair thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because she what?
She took off her
hair wrap.
hijab. The
Mhm.
hijab.
She took
or
off her
whatever.
hijab,
Hijab.
and who was it? Her dad or somebody? Her husband?
I
They
don't-
killed her.
I don't-
Nigga, that's crazy.
Okay, let's not
I
start no
couldn't
rumors.
I
imagine.
don't
for
know,
stuff
but
I
I
like
could
saw
not
a video
imagine.
where they just threw a girl. She didn't have her thing on. They threw her, and I think she hit her head on the car
Yeah.
so hard she
Yeah.
died in the street.
She died in the street. So that's all the same story that we're talking about. So it's
Mhm.
not just Black women that are over sexualized. I don't actively read the Bible, but every time I start reading, I do notice how they just like run through the women. Like,
it's
Not-
okay.
not the entire Bible is like that, but the few stories that I read, it's like it's okay if you just take this woman, like
Right,
she's just nothing to you, and
She just,
use her.
It's just a pawn, you
Right.
know?
And
Just
she
a pump.
bore and begot and
Exactly. And
As
this
long
person
as
born
she
and
can have
begot
some
and
kids and
right.
do whatever she cook and clean.
Wow, that is crazy.
And it's not only until now that we're starting to realize, like, I could be so much better. Like, I saw a statistic that said it's more women entrepreneur than it is men.
Mhm.
Women are
Mhm.
now understanding that they can have pleasure. They can do all the things that they
Mhm.
wanted to do. We are
But
in
you know what?
2022.
It took
Mhm.
for a lot of those women who, like, I feel like, my mom was a single mom. Like, my mom was married to my dad. Dad got on drugs. And then she was now, like, kind of angry Black woman here to raise two girls by herself a little bit. And not just angry because she angry she got to do this shit.
Right.
And it's a whole situation happening with
Right.
crack and shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So niggas is trying to understand what's happening in the world at the same time they're trying to figure out what's happening in their family. And don't even get me started with raising kids in LA and gangbanging and shit. All that shit was happening. Like, remember how the pandemic, it was like, nigga, we dealing with pandemic, we dealing with George Floyd, we dealing with racism at a time. Like that, I feel like that was look.
Yeah, everything was just like bam.
That was like crack
you
and
bringing that
gang and all that shit.
I
This is
wanted
what the
to
Black
add-
mamas was going through back in the day. So they was mad.
Do you think the pandemic might have helped your intimacy because you guys were sort of forced to be closer?
That is a great question.
I will only say yes in that it forced us to fucking deal with bullshit that we probably had not been dealing with because we was just going
In
and
and out.
coming. Yeah. So now we in this house because pandemic 2020, we was not fucking with
Right.
each other at all. Like we was fucking with each other, but we wasn't. Like we were just kind of a little bit at odds and kind of arguing here and there. Obviously, you in the house with somebody
day,
all
every
day,
day.
every day.
Right.
But I do think that, but loving each other, being partners, respecting the marriage got us to talk about that shit.
Mhm.
And so the talking and the being forced to listen, because I ain't got nowhere else to go,
Right.
it then turned into 2021 of like taking actionable steps to like, all right, well, let me change this shit up. Well, let me try this different.
Right.
Like,
And
yeah,
let's be honest, that shit's so sexy when they take charge to change. It's like, okay.
it's great. It's
We're
fucking
not-
great.
we're not gonna get into that
Let's talk about
sub-dom
it, Tasha.
lifestyle.
If you wonder how I'm still that girl because some changes was made, and I'm like, hold on, let me
Oh
let
shit!
me cross my
I got
fingers.
18 years
Hold
with
on,
the
listen,
changes and
listen.
changes and shit.
I love that we were able to talk about these things amongst each others, but how do we come to a place where like we figuring out, okay, it's cool to talk about these things because I think it was Sasha just said it. The mind was thinking, I didn't even know my mama was having sex until she got pregnant with my little brothers. And I was like, how
Yeah,
you
'cause
get
that
these
make you go to
people?
bed.
I'm so confused on where you got these people from. Nobody ever was talking to me about sex,
Yeah.
sexuality, even to the point where I felt so ashamed the first time I learned that women were out there matching their panties and bras.
What? I'm sorry.
I felt ashamed because I didn't know that, because no one was talking
Did
about
you hear about
sexuality
it in the
in my
song?
household.
Was that why
I
you
thought
didn't hear
it
about
was
in
the
the song.
most
I probably
super
heard about
cute
it at
thing in
your
the whole
house,
wide world.
actually.
So when you say that, I thought it was super cute. Like when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, niggas got matching panties and bras. That's cool."
That's
But we
hilarious.
but we didn't talk about it.
Right,
Like that's a
yeah.
thing you should fucking do. You should buy lingerie. You should buy sexy.
Yeah.
Niggas is wearing muumuus and fucking fucking gowns from Pick and Save
I'm
and
like, what? I got
and
this shirt at
Kmart
a
and
free event. What are we talking about? Nigga, you
Rainbow,
gonna take
Moo
it
Moo.
off me or what?
muumuus from Rainbow
What's
and shit.
up?
You're not seeing Uncle Larry coming through the
Right,
crib.
exactly.
So for me, it's always okay. Men don't care. They don't give a fuck what you in. You could walk around in
Facts.
your muumuu, right? That's because again, that's how grandma had 14 kids, right?
Mhm.
She ain't had no real lingerie.
Swing
But
your
I
titties.
say for us,
And ass.
right.
Because that's
Lingerie is
Clapping. Now
more
she
for
walking through the alley with
yourself.
them slippers.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. It's the wine and this nipple cream. Got me going. Okay.
Yes.
It's more for yourself. I want to feel sexy. I want to feel comfortable. I want to be able to walk around and be like, well, damn, bitch, you done had 3 kids, but you still look good.
There it is, pussy
Right.
out.
Right.
I swear to God, nigga, when grandma came home from church and put that motherfucker on, nigga, it was air this shit out, take these stockings off,
And grandpa knew the sense, so he came running.
shit, and close that motherfucking door. Yes, he did.
I saw a post. It said, "Why they always say it's grandma's house and not grandpa's house?"
'Cause it
And
was
everybody
grandma's
in the
house.
comments
Grandma's house.
was confused. I'm like, y'all just don't understand. Grandpa made it pay them bills, but baby,
That was
listen,
grandma's
okay,
house.
who he got the house for? All
Grandma.
right,
Uh-huh.
okay.
Mine. That was my grandpa's house, but we ain't never called it my grandpa's house.
Mhm.
That's grandma's
That
house.
was grandma's house.
That's
Even
grandma's
after
house.
she died, that was
Women
still we
need
going to grandma's house.
feel more empowered
Yeah.
in their sexualities, because I feel like even I don't know why I love to bring Bible into this particular conversation, but in the very first story, one thing I have finished is the very first story in the Bible, and right there, plain and black and white, it say he created woman because man should not be alone.
Mhm.
That's the first little story. So I feel like women, we should become more comfortable in our sexuality and taking control over these
pleasure.
conversations
Mhm.
of pleasure, because chances are he don't even know he's stressed out because he's trying to get edging done.
But I
That's
think,
why
I
he
think-
mad.
But I think that's why we can have this conversation right now. Like you were just talking about how women are more empowered to talk about sex and explore sexual possibilities and figure this shit out for ourselves, because we have to recognize when we are in a new day and fucking age, like we are not existing in the
Mhm.
time in which what I'm explaining about my mom and like a lot of Black women they were going through a lot of fucking trauma in a lot of men were either forced to leave the home, just
Mhm.
leaving the fucking home.
Didn't
I
know
mean,
how to
didn't know how to
raise.
be a man,
You
didn't know how to
right.
raise, wasn't able to get the job opportunities to like raise a family. So therefore the whole thing. And so that put a chip on a lot of shoulders. And then you add in
Not to
the
stop you,
stigma
but
of
because a lot of men, and they won't say this, but financially, if they are not ready, they don't really want to have sex. They don't really, at some point they just like, oh well, shit, I gotta get my dick off.
It
I gotta
affects
get this,"
everything.
So sometimes you'll be like, damn, well, why he don't? Why didn't? No, he got a lot of shit going on, and a lot of times we don't ever ask. Like,
Yeah.
we never, we'll be like, oh, you mad? Okay, and walk out. Not why are you mad? What is upset? What is frustrating you?
You want me to suck your dick?
Yeah, you knew where I was going. Let me suck your dick while you talk about your day, or
I don't even have to say. I'm gonna just do it because I know.
exactly.
I already know I
Yeah,
need to
I
suck
know.
your dick right now so you can get your shit.
That's why you a wife for 18 years and I'm a fiance at 5 years.
Period.
'Cause I
Because you
didn't
gotta.
know.
Oh,
I didn't know
Oh,
yet.
but you'll get there 'cause
we
you
gotta
there-
teach each other. Each one teach one, okay? We should all learn a new trick before we leave this podcast.
Period.
Today, okay. Crystal got a whole display laid out, but this one particular item is distracting the hell out of me. What does one do with this hammer?
The
So if you
hammer.
grab it,
Tasha, please grab the hammer.
Go
Okay,
ahead, grab
what's
the
the
hammer.
hammer?
So the hammer,
Can I scream out "I'm Mighty Thor" when I'm using it?
if you like,
Oh,
so
wait,
you
man.
can turn
I'm
it
trying to
around
put it- Okay.
and turn it on. The middle button.
It's a
Or
vibrator.
It is a vibrator.
What you do?
Stop moving.
Put the little thongs in between your clit. and
Uh-oh.
it.
It's charged. I charged it all day.
Not I'll
So-
charge it all day. Well, here I'm
It
gonna
might
pass
be
the hammer
on.
down.
All
Yeah,
right.
my-
Oh, it's on.
It's on.
Okay. So,
Let me
So this
so where that's
this-
supposed to go?
this toy was created to go on your clitoris. So
In?
you- on.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
you can have it hit here,
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you can- or
Yeah.
you could have it go in between.
there.
right?
Oh, have your little meat, the
You
little
can
taco
also
meat
ins-
inside.
You can also insert
The
this.
folds that you were telling us, because sometimes longer, the shaft is longer up in there than.
Now,
I'm trying to learn the technical.
Oh,
terms
you
so I can
said to
stop
put
saying
that
the
on in
poo-poo.
there
mhm.
and that go on the
So-
outside.
So it thumps. So you can feel it. It's on the low.
You know, like when the clitty go thump,
Wow.
thump, thump.
So that is a very silicone-y feeling toy. Yeah,
Okay. That
That's a
sounds
jack-
amazing.
That's a
So that-
jackrabbit
so that-
right there.
No, it's not a jackrabbit. It's something else.
Oh wait, so there's an actual jackrabbit.
Yeah. So
Oh
a
my
jackrabbit
goodness
is the
gracious.
one that looks like a dildo that has a rabbit on the end.
This is a good
Mhm.
vibration.
Mhm.
Okay.
Good
Okay.
vibration.
What else do you have out here? And how do you normally come? So this would be what someone would get if they would set up a naughty party with you.
Yes, so we
Okay.
set up here for a naughty party. We have a few games. So, like I said, you have the names, you have the clit. I give you a few facts. I do a few demonstration with the toys. So you have there the hammer, and then you have this here.
Pass it around.
Pass it,
Now
Sean.
you do class. Pass it around.
I mean, 69. Pass that on. 69.
That's doing a different thing than it was doing when I had it.
Right. So there are different functions. So then you have here, which is called a nocturnal, but it's in a little nose box, which is a mini bullet,
Mhm.
and you can hear it. That's on one, y'all. That's one. So I'm gonna let
Wait,
y'all.
where'd
so what
you
I-
get this from? I went. My mom was calling me, and I had to text her back. I can't talk to you right in this.
Not in this time.
In this energy. But where did this come from?
It's on the table.
Okay, what is
So-
that called?
So it's part of the nose set. So it's the vibrator. So that purple one right there.
Got you.
Okay,
Okay.
so this is in there, right?
Oh,
Okay.
it's
But-
nose.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
But I have so it's sort of in a I got it younger, so it called something else, but it's the same damn vibrator.
Okay.
Mhm.
I am a fan. Now there are some
Of
women
that vibrator.
this one here.
Okay.
Because if you can tell, this is on one right now.
And it's going crazy.
Right.
Right? Okay.
And that's
So what I
cool, little
what I
pocket.
like is it is angled right for your clitoris.
Uh-huh.
Right?
You gonna put that in your pocket?
And what I want you guys to do is you're gonna put it on your nose, the tip of your nose, because that is the
okay.
closest thing that feels like your clitoris.
Okay.
So you don't just grab and put it on your nose.
I got a tiny nose.
Go,
Hold on.
Go.
Oh my God.
Mm.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, this should go hard.
Oh,
right.
Gary.
Right.
Woo!
Right.
This is like a vacation
Penny, I don't
vibrator.
think you should put that in your purse because your purse gonna get up and
Shit.
walk out.
Whoa,
I'm
what
trying
just
to tell
happened? Wait, hold on.
Your
That's
purse
just
gonna leave.
one.
Okay.
That is just one.
Help me.
Right. Okay.
See, you can't do the juice
You
and
can't
the wine and the.
You can. You can. That'll make you go.
You can't even put that shit on your nose, bro, because they all gonna work together.
Okay.
You gonna get what I call a squish.
Get that shit up off me.
Right, get that, cause girl,
got the
my
Holy Ghost that
nose.
hit
First of all,
you.
my nose is still vibrating. That's what I
Mine's
want
too.
y'all to know.
Which I'm
My
like,
nose is
you
still
can't do the
vibrating.
wine with the
Yes,
juice.
you can.
Crystal.
You will have a good night. You will get a
Okay.
squish.
You got me on. Listen, this is not the time in my relationship after all these fucking years being together. And
Why
we,
not?
because
It's
I'm
not-
saying,
it's never.
because right now, because my husband just told me yesterday, he was like, I don't understand this, but I'm horny as a motherfucker right now. And I was like, me too. And I was just like, he's like, I just can't get enough. I was like, me neither. Should I do that? Yeah. Like, you know, and we don't get tired. And like, that's weird.
No, it's not.
Cause-
Stop. I want us to stop saying it's weird. It's
Because
not
I'm
weird.
not used
And
to
the
me
prime
being
is
like
so
that.
prime.
Well, shit,
it
prime me up
it
then.
is your prime. It is your sexual innate nature to be attracted. You know, you've already gotten through the bullshit.
Yeah.
So now it's like, oh fuck it. You are more attracted to me now than you were
Ever
then.
then,
You
yeah.
know? Which
And
is
let's
what
be
you
honest,
want
this
in
is
a
probably
relationship.
the time that we were
Yeah.
supposed to be having our kids anyway when we reach that prime
Yes.
age.
And I said we in a different place now. Cause like I said, I feel like we've been healing as a people. Women have taken our healing by the fucking
By the balls.
By the balls.
Man, we
and
have.
so we've been rising up in, like you said,
Enforcing other
entrepreneurship.
women right.
And we've been rising up in our healing, and we've been rising up in our sexual fuckinality.
And learning.
And
yeah.
and not being afraid to talk shit. Like
Right,
that's
yeah,
why we
right,
got the
right.
Meg Thee Stallions, the city girls,
Right.
nigga. I'ma fuck you and take
Yeah,
all your
yeah,
money.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Edgy,
Yeah.
what you think about that hammer?
Okay. I'm like,
That
it's interesting.
We got something to
so
think
the
about.
first
Okay.
the first adult novelty shop I went into is I went into because it was jokes like, oh good, they go with adult sex store, I'm about to go in there. Like that's how I ended up in the first one, and I never even got to a point where I understand all of this until Crystal started doing it. So to see it go from what I saw on the walls that first time to a hammer, this is just like
a
this
hammer.
industry is the boom.
I've got a big question for y'all.
Go ahead.
What are y'all thoughts about polyamory? I don't know if I said that shit right. Polyamory.
Yeah, polyamory.
Polyamory,
And
also sexual exploitation, in or out of relationships, like
Open relationship.
open relationships or same sex partner or whatever. Like, what are just your thoughts about being more free?
that's a
sexually.
great question. Does anybody in particular want to answer before I share my tidbits?
Share your tidbits.
Cool. Nigga, if you with me, you with me, and that's it.
Yeah.
My thing is when you have sex with people, you share your energy, and you taking that energy and you bringing it to this person and that person and that person. If you having sex with all of those people,
Yeah.
I don't like that because I got a whole lot of energy by myself.
Also, we're
I'm
all
a
fucking
whole lot-
Virgos.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, I'm a
Yeah.
whole lot by myself. So don't take that.
No, wait, you
For me,
coming up?
For me, I don't like the idea of you being around with a bunch of different people and then you coming to me and then the idea of me being around a bunch of different people, because it's not even.
Hold
that I
on, but
don't
what
like
about
it just
you?
For me,
Take it off of
Exactly.
him. No.
I
I'm
don't
talking to
even
you.
like it.
No,
I don't
I'm
even
talking to
like
you.
it for just for if I'm out, fuck it,
Yeah,
being
yeah.
with a bunch of people. I don't even like that idea.
You don't like the idea of you
I
dealing
don't
with
like me
him
sharing
and
my
other people
energy.
with anybody else. Gotcha.
I don't like sharing a bunch of energy. Period. I
Okay.
don't care who doing the sharing. I don't like if my ass is sharing it, other people sharing
Right.
it. I don't like it. So I just feel like a relationship should be closed. That's my feeling.
I feel like, okay, I'm not gonna give my whole opinion, but I'm gonna say I feel like that's a great thought for how you view relationships and how you view at least your personal relationship. That you prefer a closed relationship with just you and your partner, and y'all do your thing.
Now, can I ask, what is your relationship with your father?
You said what is it?
how
My
is it?
biological father. It's shaky. It's shaky.
Did you see your mother and father or stepfather? Like, how did you see their relationship?
Like two people hanging out.
And you
just
only
always there for each
Right.
other. And
So sometimes, a lot of times, the things that we see is how we create our relationships. Like my whole thing was, I saw my parents divorce, and I was like, I never want to get married. So for me, I've been in open relationships. I've been in a couple poly, and I'm fine. Because actually, what a lot of people don't realize is poly is mostly communication. It's not always about sex. It's you and I can communicate, and again, that whole we can have intimacy, right?
Mhm.
Communicate intimacy, because a lot of times it's harder to deal with 3 people than it is to deal with 2 people,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
I now have her personality. They clash, but I love both of them. So
Mhm.
somehow we're going to work this out, right? And
Mm-mm.
it's not necessarily it's not necessarily sharing, it's combining. We are becoming one, and it is my energy. And I say a lot of times that's how when we get older, you stop fucking because you learn that it's no longer fucking and more about intimacy. Because a lot of times people think, oh, making love is just slow fucking. It's not making love. It is. It is the
Slow fucking.
right. Like I had a nigga tell me, he was like, "We're making love," and I'm like,
No,
"No,
nigga, you just doing
you're
it slow.
not.
Slow to get
No,
it.
like who taught you what?
Since we're
just
here, go
fucking.
ahead and break it down for what's the difference.
It's more communication. Again, it's the energy.
Mhm.
I've now eyes.
What made you? Was there a time where you weren't so open and then you transitioned to being open? Like, let's just say, like, well, just okay. You could be like, I've always been free.
I've kind of always been free, and
Okay, yeah.
how a lot of how I started the business initially was I'm the girl that everybody came to, and because I was on Twitter, like, this is how you suck his dick. This is how you do this. So my friends would be like, well, how do you do this? And I'm like, you do it like this, right? Saying I get questioned a lot, like, what changed in your life that was, and I was like, for me, it was being open. I saw it as I'm gonna be sexy. I'm gonna make myself come. I'm gonna learn how to make myself come, and I'm gonna be able to tell you, okay, this is what I like, and this is what I don't like, and that's the problem we have is I've never had a sexual relationship where I'm like, yeah, you did a good job. Nah, nigga, it's a critique. We both critiquing each other. I'm gonna send you a Google Doc, and you're gonna tell me what you like and you didn't like. So for me, I've always been open. If you want to have like I've kind of always initiated threesomes in my relationship. Like,
Mhm.
don't you want to get another girl in here? Like I had my first threesome. I'm like, hey, you want to bring your homeboy from work? And he's like, for real? And I'm like, yeah, go ahead and bring him. So he come over and we sitting there, and then I turn around and the nigga in the corner crying, and I'm like, what's wrong? He like, I didn't think you was really gonna do
Hilarious.
it.
Not I didn't think you was gonna do it.
And I'm like,
and see, that's what I was trying to get out there. Like, I know, like, let's be honest, like we said at the top of the show, it's big dick energy season. Okay. We all know how we could get, right? I don't want to put myself in a situation not myself. I don't want to put someone I love in a situation where they gotta feel like they need to compete with anyone, or we gotta figure it out with somebody else because I love her and she love him and all of that. Like, nah, if I love
But it's
you,
not
I
a
don't think it's always
competition.
that. I
It's
think
not a
it's a decision
competition.
that you
Yeah.
make about what you want, what you feel comfortable with, and what you don't feel comfortable with. And I think it's about communication. And I think it's about what level y'all on in terms of where y'all at with how free y'all want to be or how free y'all
It's
don't
not
want to be.
something
I've
to
been
do
honest with
that you think
myself.
is gonna repair your relationship. This is
Because
that- it's
sometimes
not-
Right.
sometimes you can
I've been
explore
honest
shit
with
and
myself.
not fuck with it
right.
and be like,
and I tell
I'm
people
good.
at least try it once. That way you can say, I don't like it. We
Yeah.
don't never got to do it again.
Mhm.
We went and done. All right, cool.
I've been honest with myself prior to this conversation where I realized that this is my first real relationship where I'm not experimenting, I'm not trying nothing, I'm not figuring it out. Like, I'm here. This is what I'm doing. This is it. So
But you learn
did
something
that.
every day.
I learned the whole I learned that without putting my business out there on live. I learned that. Okay. What I had to offer in a relationship, it felt to me like this was special for one person. So I never really. But Penny, you didn't answer. How you feel about it?
What?
What are your
Well,
thoughts
polyamory,
on like
open
I'm
relationship.
like, you know
relationships.
what? You gotta do what's good for you. Cause I'm gonna tell, like, from my experience, cause I'm around, cause of how I grew up or whatever. I didn't really starting to feel sexual free till I'm like 45.
Yeah.
And I moved out here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? And I broke up with my boyfriend. And I'm like, you know what? I want to get to know me. I want to
Right.
know what I like and what I don't like.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna get in another relationship and be doing what I don't want to do and whatever. You
And
know,
that's a smart thing. Because
so
a
I
lot
had
of
to
times we
start,
just jump.
so I tried threesome or whatever, and I was like, yeah, it was all right. So you gotta be open. It's almost like you gotta be open. I
Right.
come from where it being embarrassing,
Mhm.
and now I'm not over with my family. I'm like totally
Mhm.
out, not in Houston. Like I'm from Houston, so I came out here. I don't know nobody, so it's like
Mhm.
it made me be able to be more free to be myself.
Mhm.
Right.
Because I ain't gotta be
And
around
figure
you
it
to
out.
figure it out, and I
Figure
ain't
it
Ain't,
gotta
out.
no,
worry
ain't,
about.
no, ain't nobody gonna hear you.
Yeah,
and
and I
come
don't
to-
have closed-minded family
Mhm.
members like, ooh, what you doing? You a
Mhm.
hoe?
You
You a
doing
Right,
snap?
right.
You
You
doing
nasty? You
that.
nasty? Yeah. So
Or
it's like,
you-
Jezebel. That's what they're
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
call you. Shit.
Now it's like I don't give a shit. Hell,
Right. Oh my
I
goodness.
came, and that's all that matters.
Man,
Yeah.
safe sex is great sex, and I just want to encourage everybody to continue having great sex because
That's all
um,
that fucking matters.
That's it's
It
great
sound-
fucking
It sounds
sex.
like she have enough
It's
great sex for
look,
all of us.
I've had
look.
listen, I've had sex that was like not so great, and I've had really fucking great sex, and I've had it with my partner. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And the thing is, when you've been together for a very fucking long time, you go through phases and you learn shit. You learn what you like and what you don't like. You learn what you want to experience and what you don't want to experience. And again, I'm not gonna say all the things I've experienced and haven't experienced only because I do have a partner and I ain't gonna put my business out there like that. But I will say that from every experience that we've had, we are able to communicate, we're able to dialogue, we're able to like figure, okay, I like this, I don't like this, I want to try this different, you know what I mean? In some seasons it wasn't like that though.
Right, right.
Like in the beginning, I couldn't talk to this nigga, he couldn't talk to me, really not really, about what we liked and what we didn't like and what we wanted to do and what we didn't, you know what I mean? But a lot of
I
a lot
find
of
myself-
failed and attempts and a lot of mistakes and a lot of good things too have happened, and we were like, okay, we have just figured it out over the years.
It's a
Right.
roadmap. It's
I
all
find
trial and
myself
error.
I find myself being comfortable trying new things, but not communicating that I want to try new things.
Why?
I don't know.
Are
I was
you
about to
af-
ask you
Are
that.
you no? That's why I'm asking you the questions. Are you afraid that you're gonna get rejected or just turned down and he not give you what you want or expect? Because as Virgos, we have high expectations, so sometimes in our
Right.
minds,
I just
we
think
have
I'm trying
we
to
have
If that's
the
gonna be your life partner, you got to be able to
I'm
speak
trying
up.
to
We
process
have a
what I'm
conversation
feeling.
with
Like
our-
I don't know. What am I feeling that because like if he initiates trying something new, I'm like, yeah, let's try it. But
So,
I'm
okay, then
never
this
the
is the
one to
thing.
be like,
Are-
hey,
are
today
you
let's try
more-
something new.
Are you
know?
more submissive? Like you let him run the
Sexually?
relationship?
I am submissive.
Okay, so that's why you're afraid to say like.
My faces is just giving everything. I'm like,
I said sexually. Okay.
No, but no, I am dominant in my everyday life. I run everything, but the moment that it comes to sex, I be like, I'm such a brat. Yes, daddy.
me
Yeah.
too. But then I have my days where
So
I
you
be.
a switch.
But then I have my
Right,
day. That's
you
why I
know?
said like we.
It
Me and that
on
nigga,
the-
we be-
it honestly depends on the mood.
It
Depends on the mood.
it's
I ain't got 3 kids for
switch,
nothing. Okay.
right? You know, because some days it'd be like, nigga, get in the room now. You know?
Right. It's been both. It's been both. Where I'm like, nigga, get in the room
But
now.
you
Like,
have to-
let me say
you
this.
have
Can
to
I say
be-
one little thing?
Yes, go
You
ahead.
gotta talk about what the fuck you like, yo. You got to say what I like and what I don't like. And I'm saying this, nigga, I went a long time
Right.
not liking certain shit and not saying shit, but then getting to a point where I said some shit. And I think when I said it and I kept it so real and was honest about it, I think that shit's, and then I think he also got to see it would be like, okay, we having sex, and I'm just kind of like, whatever.
Boring, right.
Like, yeah,
Right.
but it's not to say that the sex was completely boring. The sex was it got to a place where
It was repetitive.
it was
probably.
yeah, it's like you're not listening to me, so
Yeah.
all right, here we go
Machine.
doing
I'm
the
just a
thing.
machine.
Right.
And it got it was the same thing all the time.
All the time,
It
all
was
the time.
Same move.
How'd you- I
same
have-
But
energy.
wait,
I have an
I gotta
important
say this
question.
little part look, right here.
Go ahead.
Talked about it, right?
Uh-huh.
And then now all of a sudden, nigga doing certain shit, fucking with this and fucking with that and doing this. Grabbed me the other day on my neck, like kind of like he was gonna choke me. I
Hilarious.
was like, but it wasn't like that, that. But but in that way, and I was like, oh, I love that shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I'm saying,
Talk
but
to
only
me
because,
nice.
like, nigga, grab me up, choke me,
Right.
but because I said something, you know.
Yeah.
So like I said in the beginning, I always tell my couples to sit down outside of the bedroom, and there's a list that I give, and it has A to Z of what everything, and it has yes, no, maybe.
Right.
And then I know we've had this conversation before.
But now I'm in a couple, so
Okay.
we had it. I was single. We gotta start over.
So now
We
you
gotta
sit
start
down
over.
and you go, okay, these are the things that are my yes, these are my things that are my no's, and these are the things that are maybes. and you'll be surprised.
What do you?
by
What
what-
does what does a couple do when one of your no's is an enjoyment for them?
Like what? Like, can you give us an example?
I
I'll
sure
give you an
can. I
example.
don't
Give
like
me an
being-
example.
I say anal
Bam.
sex. That's a no for me.
Wait, okay,
Why?
okay, but hold on, because this stuff judge. It's a no for you. But what was you about to say?
I don't like being came on.
You don't.
Oh.
That is the most.
I hate that shit. I hate it.
What?
It make me want to fight. I hate
Oh
it so
my
bad.
God!
But it's
I don't know
connected to
how
trauma
I'm
for me.
friends with her.
I
It's-
mean,
because
me
it's
neither. We
connected
about to stop
trauma
being.
for me. So every time
It's
every
traumatic?
time it happens,
Yeah.
I think about the trauma connected to it.
Can we? Is
So
there a
I
way to
don't
work?
like it.
It is. So
Huh?
I am a certified sex relationship coach, and there are some meditations that you can do to help get you to understanding like what it is that you don't actually to more or less deal with the trauma that's a part of it. Because a lot of times we don't learn that there some of our sexual experiences are attached to a big trauma, right? So we do stuff out of fear. Like you say, anal. I get it.
I
There is
tried
some-
it, and I didn't
I'm
like
gonna
it.
say, I was gonna ask, did you try it?
I tried it.
So was it just uncomfortable or too
It
painful?
was uncomfortable.
Was there lube used? No, I already knew that. So a lot of times we don't use the simple tools to make it better. So with anal sex, I always try to tell people you're gonna want to use a silicone-based lube or a hybrid-based lube. No water-based, because water-based is just water. It's not gonna regenerate. For our vagina owners, your vagina regenerates when you're wet and excited. The anus does not regenerate any oils or lubrication. So when anal sex is coming into a play, you're always going to want to use some silicone lube. Silicone lube has a high viscosity, which means it's thicker.
Also, what about plugs?
To anyone listening,
Yeah.
she did
'Cause
not
I'm
say
not a
spit on
anal
the dick
sex
and put
girl,
it in
but I
there,
know
okay?
that
Hold on,
plugs
Tasha.
help.
They need to hear what I just
Oh,
said.
sorry.
What's up,
She
plug?
did not say spit on the dick and shove it in there. That is not
That
what
does
she
not
said.
work. Oh, yeah, no.
That does
No.
not work. That
No.
counts
That is
as
not
a water-based
That
lube.
is not
All right.
lube.
I want
Spit.
more people to understand that I am. If you go on my Instagram, in my last video, I talk about the 5 trends of what I would do not as a sex educator. Spit is not one of them, and I want them to stop doing it in porn.
I have a spit phobia. If you spit on me, the set we through.
It smells. Why?
We
Why
through.
you
Sex
spitting
is
on me?
over.
Why,
Spit does
like-
stink. Spit does stink.
Sex is over.
Right. So a lot of times people just assume because they are uncomfortable and they didn't like it that they're not going to do it again. I would say try with. I'm going to send you home with a silicone lube. Now for anal plugs, we do have beginner anal trainer kits that help you get used to. And
I think I'm a kind of person like, so I've tried it a couple times, and one of the few or 2 or 3 times, I can't remember how many it's been, we've tried, but I know the majority of the time I'm like uncomfortable, don't like it.
should try
But I
edging.
know, I think one time I was like drunk enough to like thug it out and then liked it.
Did you use lube?
I probably didn't, or we probably did, but I don't know what we did. I just know it was one time out of the few times that we did try. I did like it. But when I found out about there being a situation of like plugs, I was like, oh, maybe that's the problem. Like what you said about the lube, maybe that's the problem. It's too dry. It's hard to get in and out and all that.
It's
But
like
also,
sticking a pin top.
but
and,
the idea of the plug sounds like, okay, I'm prepping this ass.
Okay, so that was another thing for
Get ready for
anal. A lot of people don't understand how long it takes, and this I was not gonna discuss anal, but it takes a few days to prep for anal, right?
Mm.
Not we
Really?
about to just do this. No, so if you correctly want
So
to
I'm
do
in the
anal,
bed and nigga say he want to stick it in. That's not.
and then he wonder why he got shit on his dick, is because he didn't let you prep.
Okay, now we
Shit
talk
on the
about
dick
some
ain't
real
ever
shit.
happened to me.
Now we
I'll
talking
never
about some
think
real
it ever
shit.
got far.
And it's
like that,
actually
like-
poop particles that you don't even realize are there.
Right.
left
So a lot of
behind.
times when people say they want to try anal, I go, okay, you're gonna want to eat light. You're gonna want to make sure that you've done an enema, you've cleaned out everything, and you want to use lube. Now there are finger condoms just to start helping you, because a lot of times, also I'm gonna ask you, young ladies, when you were doing anal, were you either touching your clitoris or was your partner touching your clitoris?
No, no, no.
So that helps.
Yeah,
Also,
it does. I
it-
think
it
that's
helps
when
rela-
I
it
enjoyed
helps
it.
relax
That's I
you.
think
That's
that's what
probably
was
that one
happening.
time, actually.
Yeah.
It probably was. So a lot of times I'll say, like, if you want to do anal, you get you one of these here, this power little vibrator, put it on your clitoris, and then you find it's also positions. So where you doing doggy style, where you laying on your back, like there are so many varieties.
I just want to get to a point where I can enjoy it because I feel like people do it and enjoy it.
It
I
is-
would like.
it
I
is-
would
anal is great.
see. I want to get to a point where I can smile like that. Because I be like,
All right,
See,
ladies,
it's the
we
anal
started
and
our
all
show a little
too.
bit late, but we are coming up on the hour, so we gonna just has been amazing. Like, well, we gonna wrap it up. Is there any burning questions on your mind that you would like to ask a sexpert?
I want to know about these products.
Alrighty.
Okay.
So products on the table, kind of a variety. So
Feel
I
free
hit
to touch 'em,
everything,
Tasha.
Okay.
Whatever. So there are lubes. There are some flavored lubes. There are some water-based lubes. There's toy cleaners. So the important thing is we are going to want to clean our toys before and after use. Don't ever use a toy before you clean it. What what Edging has is the wild rose. So everyone has become very fascinated with the rose. However, I am not one to talk about it.
Now, what does that do?
So the rose is more
Not
of
her
a,
with all the goodies. I
I
turned my
know, 'cause
head
I'ma
for a
ask about
second,
each
the
one of
table was
these.
empty.
so with the rose, it is what you call a suction toy. So it has a little suction on you. I'm not a suction fan. I kind of had a traumatic incident where a suction got stuck and I was in the house by myself and I was in there screaming. Yeah, so that's why I don't
no
fuck
way.
with the trendy toys. So if you ever have or question, come to my website. I am not the person that's going to sell you the trendy toy. I'm going to first ask you, what is it that you like? Are you a clit orgasmer? Are you like penetration?
Oh,
Do
yeah,
you
I'm
like
like- I'm
anal?
I like
And
both.
then
I'm a
I will
clitoral.
say, okay, so
Tasha, hold on
you
to-
would
I mean,
you would
not
enjoy
Tasha.
this.
That's not
right?
your name no
Yeah,
more.
I'm a
That's not
clitoral.
Tasha. Is not your name. Pearl Necklace is holding on to all of the toys. So real quick, just run us through what she got in her
Okay,
hand.
I have Karma Vibe. This is for
So that is a G-spot stimulator.
G-spot stimulator.
If
The
you-
next one, that's a wand. That's what this mini wand. That was my very first one right there. That was my very first text toy. Not that
Can
one, the
anybody
mini
see
the
wand,
next one?
the other one. There we go.
okay,
Yeah.
Mini Halo. That
Mini
was my
Halo.
very
Mini
first
Halo.
little get down.
and this is good for anything, right?
So that is not an internal. That is
You can
clit.
pass them to
Oh,
me after you done looking
So
at
it goes. The top vibrates and it's on your clitoris. So if you're familiar with the magic wand, it's in the box.
It's
It's
like
the long wand that has the
Yeah.
head. That's just a mini version.
mini wand.
Okay.
She has a
Egg.
ecstatic.
So
the
the egg, it is again a clitoris toy. So you put it on your clitoris. I always say that these toys are more of a tool.
Okay, now
you know?
this is the one that was on the table, and I was like, "What even is this?" But this is just a package of this.
Yes. So with
Okay,
that
got it.
also comes with a little tool to play. So you can put your
Okay.
hand on it instead of holding it like this. You can hold your hand and have
right,
your
because
hand.
that'll have
Yeah.
your fingers.
Oh, that's handy.
Mhm.
yeah. There you. She says she writes, y'all. Okay.
Now what you have in your hand there is called the dripstick. So if your man
you
comes
mentioned this
in you,
earlier. Your man coming you. This is
Okay.
what you do.
you can go in, push it up
Awkward
like a
essentials.
like
That's
a
who makes it,
tampon.
guys.
It cleans out all the cum and you throw it away.
Yeah, I need one of these because I don't know if y'all noticed, but my man like to shut down the club
His
with his
pull-out
shots,
game
so
is weak.
it's just, I love him. All
His
right,
pull-out
baby. If
game
you
is
watching,
weak.
I ain't talking about your business.
His
Okay.
pull-out game
It's
is
just-
I'll talk about it.
He said that
He
Virgo,
and I.
energy is everything. Okay. Y'all, Crystal came to my house one day. She was like, "Girl, you gonna marry Juice?" And I was like, "Go home." And now here we are.
I
Marrying
was like,
Juice.
you like him?
So-
Huh? She's like, no, I don't.
Go home.
Whatever.
Okay.
How many kids later?
Don't do that. Don't you do that in public. Okay. Listen, I got 2 of his babies and I'm marrying them. But listen, okay, that's neither here nor there.
Maybe
All
3
right.
tonight if I
Listen.
send her with this
Here,
quiz.
Okay. Okay. One
There's
of our
also-
topics was birthday vibes, and we didn't talk about it out loud, but it was kind of the energy that y'all was feeling in the room. Now, everybody here celebrated a birthday, so with birthday vibes, I just wanted to just remind everybody to just keep that same energy. Like, celebrate every single day, all
Yeah.
365 days. I
So
know
you
the
want
4
it
women
Virgo
in here do
season all the time.
Exactly. Exactly.
I was gonna say, I think
about
it just
to say
turns
that.
to Libra
I was
season.
just about to say that. Virgos, we know how not to be making a whole Virgo thing. Look, the one comment that we do got is say them damn Virgos. But one thing I've noticed for sure is that when Virgos find out you're a Virgo, it's automatically a
Love.
bond, a sisterhood,
You're
mine.
love. You're my friend
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
You find out their
yeah.
birthday is somewhere closer to you, then that is the bond is even closer.
Yeah.
So with birthday vibes, just keeping that same energy of we in celebration, we having a good time.
So in order, because we were celebrating
Because
birthdays,
we celebrating birthdays.
and this is part of our game night. What I do is,
Okay.
So you're gonna have to swallow the
That's
cum
the
out
condom.
the condom. Yeah. So this is a game.
I haven't ate dinner yet.
Oh, it's okay.
Is it gonna make me sick?
No,
Right.
it's vanilla Jello.
Okay.
Oh
so
my
that it gives
goodness
you the
gracious. I'm allergic to.
consistency.
I'm allergic to latex. What
Oh,
kind of condom is
Jesus
that?
Christ.
Okay, I really can't play. Hold on, and I just wiped up my nose.
No wonder why she got kids.
Okay, if we really talk
No
about it, Crystal, that
wonder
is exactly
she
why
got it.
I got them kids. I'm allergic to latex. I'm allergic to contraception. It's a whole thing.
Sure.
Okay, y'all can find out
All
about
right.
it in the
Damn,
jokes.
these condoms smell good. Pretty
So
good.
these are flavored condoms, which you can use when giving oral sex. These are chocolate strawberry condoms. So what you're gonna do is you're
That's
gonna
what it smell
bite
like,
and
chocolate.
then bite the tip off and suck it out.
Okay.
Let's see who can win.
We
Are
racing.
you ready?
Okay.
Go,
Tasha
go,
already got a
go.
hole in it. Go, Penny. Go,
Go,
Penny. Go,
go,
Penny. Go,
hurry
Penny. She's sucking too. You can hear her sucking. Penny frowning. She mad y'all got her sucking dick. She done came to LA from Houston. Now y'all got her sucking condoms on TV. Okay. She can't. Tasha done. She done. That just don't even look appetizing. My
Mm-mm.
finger is burning. Oh my goodness gracious.
I got some toy.
I'm
cleaner right
done.
there.
can't.
Good job.
You got some toy cleaner. Oh, that's that white.
I
right
think
here?
it's because
I can't even.
it's in the condom.
Yeah, I can't.
She bit the shit off the tip.
Yeah,
Mhm, you bite the
She
tip.
done.
I don't recommend biting the tip on the penis.
She
but-
also trying to hurry up and get home to her husband, Penny. So that could also be why she beat you. She trying to wrap up this
It's gonna be
podcast.
there when I get there.
She trying to get done with
It's
this
like my first time
podcast
sucking dick. Like,
while the stuff is still on the clitoris. Okay.
Oh yeah, I guess you can tell I be.
Crystal, our word for this month has been intent. We want to be intentional with our desires in the bedroom, outside of the bedroom, with life, with celebrating ourselves 365. So please, real quick, share with the people a word on intent.
It's lubrication. Lubrication.
That's what intent
I just wanted
means
you to shout out whatever this was before you got off too.
Which was what she was showing. She about to show.
Oh,
That's
toy
what she
cleaner.
grabbed.
Mhm.
in
Lube.
lubrication.
And lube, okay.
And
This
lube.
looks this look bougie.
So that's silicone lube. So that's why it's thicker.
Is this the one for the ass?
Yeah, that's one you can use for
And
both.
it's fancy. Wait, how does that come out of there?
So there's a top, but I didn't want it to spill, so I took the top off.
Okay.
Okay.
But I'm gonna give you guys a foil package to go home to see.
Oh,
God.
thank you.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Oh, so there's a rule at my
Let me
house
try
or
that,
with
bro.
me. Anytime you come over my house, you're gonna either get lube or liquor. That's why the word is lube. I am trying to get more people to understand that sex is better with lube. When you have sex and friction, it's too much and it gets rough. You get micro tears. You spit.
I hear
It
where
gets
you
issues.
I hear
Like a
where you
rug
going.
burn.
And you get bacteria done.
The word is actually intent.
No, my
So
word
being
is lube.
intentional. She changed the word
Yeah.
intentionally.
No, my name is.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. Continue with your word lube then.
Lube.
I don't even we got
This
some
is not
comments.
her show.
Lube, naughty all day, great show.
Hey, Lulu.
Ass play. That's all Lulu got to say. Ass play. Okay, Lulu. Clearly, Lulu don't care about
No,
the
no, no.
intent.
Lulu is my my business wife.
Hey, business wife.
Hey, business wife.
Lulu, like, nah, get your intentional ass out the way and let her talk about this loop. So go ahead, Crystal.
Right.
Continue.
So a lot of times we aren't explained or told like, oh, you can use it. You know, it's all, my pussy wet enough. I don't need lube. My pussy wet enough. No, it helps. So I try to explain people like, if you call a plumber and you say, hey, I have a broken leak, the plumber is going to come with everything that they need to fix your leak, right? Same shit as lube. In order to have sex, you need that lube to help you. It accentuates the sexual experience, right? It is not shameful, so let's stop making it shameful. And it makes it better, you know? So, and it's not just like with that medical grade stuff. Like I have one there. You said it was birthday, so that is birthday cake lube.
Yes,
It
come
is
on, birthday
flavored.
cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
flavored lube.
Birthday
Right?
cake
Mm.
love.
You have Your silicone
Okay.
lubes, your water-based lubes, your hybrids. Lube is very important.
And what's this
I
one? Oh, water
love
based.
this.
Yeah, so that's a water-based.
I love this. Real quick, y'all continue to play with the toys. I'm gonna talk to the people real quick. I love that you took the word intent and
Took it from you.
not even took it from me. You were intentional with what you felt like people needed to know. You were intentional with your presentation here today. And last month our word was silence, and my special guest, her name was Danny here. She shared that silence is really an intimate part of life that we all should take part in. And then our message from last month was to live in purpose, on purpose.
Child,
So
that's
this
my life
month,
right
now we being intentional. So for you to intentionally educate us on sexuality and come here ready with the points that you came here ready with, I thank you so much.
Oh, I
Thank
have
you.
so much more.
I
for
wasn't-
that.
Thank you
I
so
wasn't
much. We only
expecting
got
this,
we
but I
only got an
appreciate
hour,
it.
so we're gonna wrap it up. But our message for this month: don't feel rushed and feel like you gotta wrap it up. Okay, there are so many things and educational tools out there to liberate us all in so many ways, be us women, be us men, figuring it out in love, not in love, in polyamorous relationships and monogamous relationships. We are all just figuring it out. So let's be intentional in deciding on what to do to better ourselves. I made a conscious decision today that I'm no longer going to write out words without intentional meanings. I saw a shirt on a person and it said, F it, just do it. Like it was a play on the Nike, just do it. But his shirt said, fuck it, just do it. And I read the fuck it, just do it. But on my mind, I was thinking about running my car into the person in front of me because she cut me off getting the Chick-fil-A while I was trying to pick up my DoorDash order and I'm stressed out because I got 3 kids. That was on my mind. So let's not just say things. Let's be intentional when we doing what do you mean by fuck it, just do it.
Right.
You can't just be saying things to anybody because you don't know what's on their mind. You don't know what they going through. For you to not know what any of these women were going through and still be intentional on, I don't care what y'all going through or where y'all at or what y'all walks of lives are. I'm gonna be intentional with my presentation.
This is what I'm coming with.
Right.
This is who
So-
I am and what I got,
This
and
is-
this is what I'm coming with.
Exactly.
So for me, it's either you're gonna learn something, you're gonna have fun, or you're gonna come.
Mhm.
Right.
Period.
Anyway, the fact that I just threw stuff on the table, I literally just was like, so I'm putting this click cream on y'all. Everything I did was intentional. I didn't tell you who I was. I needed to see what your reactions were gonna be. Because you were like, nah. She like, I'm down. Let's
I'm
go.
like,
Right?
sure,
I'm ready.
let's
Oh no,
Right?
I wasn't like nah. I just like, oh nigga, I didn't know. This is
Right.
what we was doing.
But
I was
but
like,
it
nah,
set
I'm
the
cool.
tone for,
I'm
okay,
cool.
this is how I can act, right? And so for me, it's more educational, right? So
Mhm.
I've created a page on my website which talks about sexual wellness, where it breaks down what condoms are, what how lubes are, toy material, because we don't know what we're putting in our bodies.
Because
right?
let's be honest, I found out I was allergic to all of these things the hard way.
Right.
Okay. The very
And I will
hard
watch. Me and my business will watch you on Sex Sent Me to the ER.
Can I want to say one
Yeah,
thing before
that's
we
exactly.
end?
Go ahead.
Is it crazy to want to have a sex talk about sex in a good, pleasurable way
No.
with your teenage daughter? And I'm saying it in a place of not saying, hey, this is what you should do, but just saying, hey, so this is your body. This is how it works. I ain't talking about all the toys and all that, everything like that. But I'm saying just for you to be able to not be like, know that, okay, even though this is not something I'm not mentally or physically ready to explore, know that like down the line one day I will, because I want to stop that shit about like how we like, I didn't know this and I didn't know that.
But see,
Yeah.
you have to build your rapport as not necessarily as a best friend, but just so your daughter's open enough to come to you and you be like, okay, well, these are. First off, I need parents to actually name the body parts. Don't call it the PP and the.
Oh no, me and my kid have that.
No,
we have that.
So first we're gonna name the anatomy, and then it's okay. Well, this is and that stop that whole this is how the baby got here by a story. No, we have sex. You know what sex is. Okay, sex initially isn't anything that should be shameful, but it's also something that you're not going to jump up and do immediately because you
Right.
don't know what it is.
Exactly.
So if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. It
Yeah.
is more of a friendlier conversation as long as you open a safe space. And then what you tell them is, okay, we're gonna create, and this goes for sex, we're gonna create a safe word. If this conversation is making you uncomfortable, you say the safe word and we'll stop and put a pin in. And when you're ready to have a conversation, and we'll come back. Because that's something you start 6, 7, 8,
Yeah.
and work your way up. That at 16, like I have my nephew, he'd be like, I don't know why the girl coochie smell. And I'm like, butter, what? He like, I know why, she's going through her time of the month, and but and I was like, did you tell her? And he like, no, I just, and I said, because sometimes we're not taught. Like, okay,
Right.
I said it might have been she didn't have extra tampons, or she wasn't told like you should change every so often, and he like, oh,
Or let's be
okay.
honest, it's a kid. It could just be her pH balance off, and she's not even on her menstrual.
And that's another thing we are never
He might not
talked
know
about.
what pussy really smell like. He
Right.
might think it just.
But also, it's what you just said about girls just not knowing sometimes too. I had a yeast infection when I was
we
like
don't
fresh,
know
when I was
we
a
don't know
freshman
about
year.
pH. We don't know about
Right.
yeast
And I didn't
infection.
know
We
for
don't know about
months
bacterial
I had one.
vaginosis.
So they
We
know.
don't. We don't
just
know
don't
about
know.
endometrius. Nobody
I
talks about
actually-
these things.
I had my menstrual cycle for 3 months before I realized what it was.
Wow.
Didn't even.
See, I got lucky enough to have a really great grandparent that was like, there's this book from American Girl that's going to teach you stuff. And I'm like, what? And she's like, come on, let's go sit down. So I think from me having that person that wasn't my mom come in and be like, okay, so this is how a tampon, this is what your vagina looks like. This is, this is your vulva. So when I heard people saying like vagina, I'm like, your vagina is the inside, your vulva is the outside. You look in a vulva, and then, but again, I'm sitting in 6th ed going, this is not what my grandmother like taught me.
Right.
This
is not what anybody taught us.
This
I
is
learned
not-
out what fellatio was from a song.
Right.
And I didn't learn
Experience.
what cunnilingus was until literally one day we was standing outside your house and y'all was making jokes about it. And I went in the house to Google it. Well, what is cunnilingus? Oh, I like that. I do that all the time. My boo good at that.
Who was I in front of the house with?
That is neither here nor there. Anyway.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
So wrapping up today, do you ladies feel fulfilled? You feel educated?
I do.
You feel
I
like you
feel
were
like-
able to
I feel like I
express
need to get
yourself?
into some of this shit
Listen,
more.
well, we gonna
Me
get into some
too.
stuff. We gonna end the live. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for all your comments. I'm gonna get some phone calls after this show. Be like, girl, I can't believe you said coochie on the internet. But it's gonna be okay because we're getting to a place where we're being intentional in what we're saying and intentional in what we're doing, and we're living our life in purpose, on purpose.
Is this on Instagram too?
This is
Only on
going no.
Facebook?
This is gonna be on Facebook Live and YouTube.
Okay.
On YouTube, but you can share the link on Instagram because we do have an Instagram where I'll be posting some clips and things like that. That's right. Get me right, Tasha. Get me right.
I was
That
like,
on me
I
with the
was
Facebook.
I was like,
Okay,
can I tell
real
people where they
quick.
can find me?
We were gonna go around the room real quick. Tell everybody where they can find you at. Starting with edging. Give them your real name again and where they can find you.
I am Penny Promise. That's with an IEPENNIE Promise, and it's on everything: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram.
Special guest. You gonna go last? My party people. Go ahead.
Oh, this.
Pearl necklace.
Your
Your real name and where to find you.
Pearl necklace, aka Tasha. I'm Tasha Armstead. You can find me on Instagram, Tasha Did It, or on Facebook, Tasha Armstead.
That's Tasha.
And you can also
Did
follow
It.
at the County the Series.
They're at the county
on
the
Instagram.
series. Special guest.
Okay,
Introduce yourself.
my
Where to
name
find you.
is Crystal. I'm also known as the Naughtyologist. You can find me everywhere, literally. I'm on Pornhub, XNXX. You can find my podcast on Coming In and Swallow. Naughty Dreams _ for Instagram and Twitter. Our website is naughtierdreams.com. We're on Google, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I love my Pinterest. I love Pinterest because I don't have to talk to motherfuckers. Not like that, but because I can just post stuff and then people repin it and I'll be like, oh wow,
Y'all really like
1,000
that.
people like
Y'all
that.
really like
That's
that.
cool.
Y'all like me.
TikTok is one of my favorite places. That's why I told you and your husband probably need to get on TikTok. I went from 2,000 followers to like 15.5K followers in a matter of 2 days.
Oh wow.
You get a broader demographic.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I'm very
Let's
For
remember,
me,
ladies, she's a serial entrepreneur.
I'm very
first.
organic, right? So I'm not going to go with having a whole bunch of followers. I've been working on Instagram and I'm just now getting up to 5,000 followers. But it is what it is.
This podcast and had me kicking off my shoes and relaxing my feet. Okay.
That's what
It's
you're
the
supposed to
wine.
do.
I'm feeling real saucy.
supposed
You
to
see,
be-
I'm
it's supposed
shaking
to
in
be.
my britches.
Uh,
I'm over
we
here
do-
shaking with Tasha.
we do offer parties, naughty parties, events, pop-ups. If you like a class, we do classes as well. Again, if you want to go to the website, you can find the wellness area that has all the information. Along with, I've just started a blog series, which I said I wasn't gonna do, but it is.
If anyone wanted a particular product they see here on the podcast, how can they find it?
NaughtierDreams.com.
NaughtierDreams.com, and they just search the name that you mentioned?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Or if you want to
Um,
go through, what I do also for the website is I keep it to a minimum of 12 pages because I don't want you to be on there like Amazon
Overwhelmed.
with
Yeah.
250 pages and you're like, oh shit. I do update monthly, so if you saw something last month and that's not up there, DM me. Don't call me. I get weird phone calls, but DM
believe
me,
it. I
email
believe it.
me, and I
That's
will
dope.
get the toy. But I started a blog called Sex Ed 101 again, where I talk about the things that we never talked about. So my latest blog talks about arousal gel, which is what you young ladies put on your clits today.
Nice. Okay.
Yes.
Well,
I
they got
circle
everything to
I
find
circle-
it. She went all the way around. She like, hold on. And
It comes
now
right
y'all
back.
got it. Okay.
Mhm.
So on my nipples, that is on
So you
the
have
website
nipple
also?
cream? Yes.
Okay. It's an arousal nipple cream on the
Yes.
website also. That is NaughtierDreams.com. Remember, the website is set up like your home. So if you feeling the vibes of you want to be a naughty little chef, you can go to the kitchen. If you just want to be in your bathroom and
You want a
soak up
bubble
and
bath.
you want a
And we
bubble
do
bath,
have some
they
bubble baths
have
that
those
have
things.
a pH. It does affect your pH. So if
She
you wanna-
literally
For the-
has everything
a
you need to
bathtub-
have a good
bubble
time.
bath.
If you want to find any of these ladies sitting here, please hit them up on all of their social media handles that they mentioned. And you can find us always at the Express Yourself Open Mic. That's it. K-Bye.